Welcome to this quarter's Fort Knox Community Information Exchange and Town Hall. Before we begin, we're going to take some time to recognize Fort Knox soldiers and civilians who have dedicated their time to volunteerism here on Fort Knox and throughout the region. First, we have Sarah Muraski, Mary Mathenia, Kevin Russell, Sandy Bosom, January Parker, Sergeant First Class Charles, Private First Class Morales. We thank you for demonstrating the essence of the U.S. Army values and showing why Fort Knox is the gold standard. Please join us in a round of applause to these great heroes. Welcome to the Fort Knox Community Information Exchange and Town Hall. We appreciate you being here today. The CIE today is serving a dual purpose. Number one, to cover notable and relevant topics related to Fort Knox, and number two, to hear from you, the community, and try to answer any questions that are on your mind. We have leadership from our garrison directorates and our service-oriented organizations in the room with us today. So this is a great opportunity to ask questions and learn more about the post and its activities. We have a lot to cover today. Immediately following our scheduled briefings, we will provide an opportunity for mission partners to share relevant command information, and then we will open the floor for community announcements. Then, after all announcements, we will kick off the town hall and invite you to ask questions. If you would like a digital copy of the slides, please fill out the email sign-up sheet on the table by the back door. This event is also being recorded and will be uploaded to the Fort Knox Facebook page in the next couple days. Starting us off, please welcome the Garrison Commander, Colonel Dave Holstead, to share his opening remarks.
Hey, so before I get started, I would actually like to invite Miss Natalie Crockett up to share a few words on behalf of the Senior Commander, General Sean Crockett. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Sean sends his regards. He wishes he could be here, but our last few weeks here, Command seems to have him out and about as the travel schedule is quite rigorous. But he wants to send his appreciation to not only the community within Fort Knox, but also outside of Fort Knox, because that's what makes this place a success. So thank you to all, and I also want to extend exactly a thank you to all of our volunteers that were honored today, because as you know, at all levels, whether it's from our youth, to our families, to our service members, civilians, and retirees, without our volunteers, our community would not thrive, and our welfare and morale would not be what it is. So thank you to you all. And with that, thank you, Colonel Holstead.
Thank you, ma'am. So first off, good morning. It has been a while since we've done one of these. Our last one, of course, was during the lapse in appropriations, so it's been since last summer, right when I first took command, we've done one of these. So I appreciate the great attendance today. I have a few topics to cover. I'll start with our Memorial Day ceremony this year. As You know, we all know Memorial Day is to serve the fallen and to honor the fallen. It's not just the kickoff for summer and, for barbecuing. So I would like to invite everybody to join us for our observance. It's at the Radcliffe Veterans Cemetery, located just outside of Chaffee Gate. At 11:30, there will be a POW MIA table, flag folding, 21-gun salute, and a wreath laying. And also there will be remarks by our Senior Mission Commander, General Crockett. It's open to the public, so please join us for that event. Second, I would like to remind everybody that our commissary has just launched an initiative, the Click to Go app, earlier this year, and it's a pretty cool service that we offer. So you can order your groceries online, and they will deliver them to you within a 20-mile radius. There is a small fee, but it makes life a lot easier for military families. It's just all you have to do is simply select a 2-hour window, and they will bring your groceries to you. So that's pretty neat. Third, so our Continue Warrior restaurant has officially opened. It is now the Old Ironside Cafe. The new cafe is part of our Go for Green initiative, ensuring that every item has a nutritious value. For the price of one meal card swipe, or just $7.50, you can get a full, healthy grab-and-go lunch style lunch. And it's a very convenient cafe, so please partake in that if you will. Next, last two things, I want to give a shout out to Cadet Command. First, for the Execution of Raider Challenge, a pretty awesome event. I got to go out there and see our future leaders in high school participate in a lot of grueling events. Cadet Command did a phenomenal job. Over 3,200 JROTC cadets came from across the country, almost all 50 states, to include all of our local high schools, and Fort Knox High School participated. So I just want to give a shout out to Cadet Command for a job well done. Thank you. And then finally, it is that time of year, and Cadet Summer Training is around the corner. That is Fort Knox's Super Bowl, as we all know. And so thousands of cadets who must complete Cadet Summer Training to earn their commission will converge on Fort Knox here in a couple months. And so throughout the summer, Fort Knox will turn into quite the thriving metropolis. So again, Cadet Command does an excellent job at executing this, but it is what I call the Super Bowl of Fort Knox. So just beware of that. The lines will be longer at the PX and the shopette and the gym. If you do work out, you can join me at 0400. That's when I work out, because after about 5, it'll be pretty full. So just wanted to give everybody a reminder of that. And once again, welcome to everybody here. I'll be back up here for the town hall a little later on, but thanks for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we'll begin with our scheduled briefing topics. First up, with a brief on Cadet Summer Training, is Major Matthew Pravinsky, G37, Lands Officer for Cadet Summer Training.
Sir, Sergeant Major, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. So we are 35 days from today from the start of Cadet Summer Training, which is the Army's largest annual overall training event. Our first cadets from 1st Regiment arrived at Fort Knox on the 3rd and 4th of June. As the garrison commander stated, CST will bring an expectation of increased movement across Fort Knox of heavy vehicles, equipments, buses, cadets, and soldiers. CST is supported by over 3,600 personnel from across the Army, including over 1,100 personnel from Western Hemisphere Command. Our Advent party from Western Hemisphere Command arrived yesterday, bringing 287 personnel with them. The rest of their support will arrive on the 8th of May, the 26th of May, and the 29th of May. We will also have over 1,700 external Cadet Command cadre coming to Fort Knox to support CST. So with this increase of cadre support, as the commander said, expect increases at the fitness center. The Western Hemisphere Command personnel will more than likely use auto gym, as that's where their barracks are located. Also expect increases at the PX shopettes. Our Advent personnel will be using continued defect until we get enough personnel to open up their dining facilities in their footprint. Advanced camp will have 9 regiments of advanced camp and 2 regiments of basic camp this year. The first day of advanced camp for 1st Regiment will be the 5th of June, and advanced camp will close on the 16th of August with the graduation of 9th Regiment. Advanced camp is the culminating evaluation for senior ROTC cadets. Successful completion is a commission requirement. Advanced camp will be 31 days long, and we expect to train and evaluate over 6,000 cadets. Basic camp teaches cadets basic military skills, and we expect to train up to 1,300 cadets this year. These are sophomore level cadets. Basic camp allows for lateral entry for cadets into their senior level ROTC curriculum. Next slide. For family days and graduation, each Bridesman at advanced camp and basic camp will have a family day and a graduation at the end of their rotation. Family day will precede graduation by 1 day. The community should expect roughly 6,000 family members total to attend. This will create additional lines at the visitor center and entry control points, namely Chaffee. More crowds for those days at the Shopettes and PX, and more hotel reservations at lodging establishments both on and off post. On family days, cadets will be released to their families in the afternoon, which will increase crowds at eating establishments both on and off post. Graduation will begin at 0800 on Brooks Field, which will increase traffic and parking along Spearhead Division Avenue and around Brooks Field. Any questions? That's all I have. Thank you.
Next, to share information on the upcoming Memorial Day Cemetery visitation is Rodney Manson, Installation Range Management Officer.
Good morning. Fort Knox is honored to facilitate the respectful visitation to our 121 cemeteries on Memorial Day. We understand the deep significance of this day for remembrance and will be adjusting our training activities to ensure safe access for all visitors. The training complex will be open from 08 a.m. to 4 p.m. with final entry permitted at 3 p.m. Access is managed through 6 zone checkpoints to reach a cemetery. You will need to proceed through the checkpoint that corresponds with your designated location. Our personnel at each checkpoint will have specific information about the cemeteries within their zone. Additionally, a cultural resources representative will be stationed at the Chaffee Gate Visitors Center to answer any questions you may have. To ensure everyone's safety, we have a quick check-in process. We ask that one individual will be the designated lead for each party to provide their name, address, phone number, license plate number, party size, and intended cemetery to visit. The party lead will receive a colored tag that must be kept with your group and returned to the same checkpoint when you leave. A quick word on safety. Please be aware that some cemeteries may require four-wheel drive vehicle access due to ground conditions and weather. Our checkpoint personnel can advise you on this. For your safety, we ask that you please remain on the established roadways. All vehicles and bags are subject to inspection. Please note that firearms, alcohol, glass containers, digging implements, and metal detectors are strictly prohibited. To help us preserve these historical sites, the removal of any artifacts is also forbidden. Once all visitors have departed for the day, normal training activities will resume. Thank you for your cooperation in making us make this a safe and respectful Memorial Day. We appreciate your understanding and look forward to welcoming you.
Next, with a brief on Ireland Army Health Clinic, is Colonel Christopher Von Fossen, Clinic Commander.
Morning, leaders, community members. Our first slide is representing some changes to the primary care processes here at the clinic to ensure your family members and you get seen for same-day acute or urgent needs. Instead of going off post for urgent care, Ireland Ready Care ensures all enrolled patients can simply walk into our clinic between 7:30 and 1500 and be seen. Or if it's a non-urgent need or requires follow-up care, you can leave that day with a follow-up appointment. You can still schedule an appointment by phone or by using the MHS Genesis portal as well. Next slide. Next, as some of you have probably already experienced, we've unfortunately had to reduce our hours a bit at the pharmacy due to staffing limitations. Both locations at Binter and at the clinic still open at 08, but now close at 16:30, Monday through Friday. We appreciate everyone's continued patience and understanding as we work to make sure this change brings improved quality of our services and optimizes wait times. To ensure your prescriptions are ready when you arrive and to save the most time, please consider using our Q Anywhere service to activate new or renewed prescriptions and then the online MHS Genesis portal to activate those prescription refills. Next slide. This slide shows our Q Anywhere QR code. This is also located on our website, on our Facebook page, and posted throughout the clinic. Scanning this QR code or texting "Get in line" to the phone number listed will ensure you avoid waiting in our lobbies and your prescription can be ready for pickup when you arrive. If you have recently relocated from overseas, next slide, please. If you've recently relocated from overseas, just as a reminder, you're still covered and eligible to receive care. This information and the QR code provides an overview of accessing emergent, urgent, or routine care for all beneficiaries that have temporarily or permanently relocated from an overseas location. Next slide. Next, we're looking for volunteers to help improve your healthcare experience. We have a Patient and Family Partnership Council, a team of Ireland staff members and patients that collaborate in a partnership to help improve the way we deliver your care. If you're interested in becoming a PFPC member, scan the QR code or email or call the phone number listed to get you in touch with Mr. Postlewaite, our patient advocate, who chairs this committee and can get you more information to get involved. Next slide. These are important QR codes for the clinic webpage and the Facebook page. Our website has great information about our service hours and accessing care, and the Facebook page is our primary means of showing updates for this information. Please follow us to stay up to date with those clinic updates. Next slide. And finally, this slide is an opportunity for you to provide us feedback as to when and how your family members are most likely to seek urgent care needs. As I mentioned at the start, we're looking for ways to improve our urgent care and acute care processes to improve the best services, to provide you the best services here on post and make it easy so you don't have to seek urgent care off post. The link to this questionnaire can be accessed here in the CIE, on our Facebook page, and will be sent out via the Knox info a few times with the goal of helping us structure our primary care services to best serve you and your family members. Thank you.
Next, to share information on upcoming summer PCS information and resources, we have Mary Torres, LRC Traffic Management Specialist.
Good morning. PCS season can be a very stressful time for you and your family. Here are some helpful tips to ease that stress. Soldiers need to seek transportation as soon as their orders are received. Do not to commit to any events until the dates are confirmed by the TSP. Those are your movers. This will avoid any additional hardship financially. Passports, if you're going OCONUS, we are appointment only. Passport photos need to be done off the installations. There's a way you can get them on installation, you just need to see your G8 for that funding. And I ask during this time, please be flexible as we are limited to TSPs within the area. Next slide. Here's the information for our group emails, as well as our phone numbers for household goods, passenger travel, official passports, our QA/QC, and if you have any claims information, it outlines on who you can contact for the different branches. Thank you.
Next, to share Fort Knox Community Schools update is Kimberly Dunn, Fort Knox Community Schools Superintendent.
Good morning, everyone. I want to begin by recognizing the dedicated leadership team serving our Fort Knox Community Schools this school year. Our principals and assistant principals continue to lead with purpose, professionalism, and strong commitment to our students, families, and staff. Their collaborative leadership supports consistent systems across our schools while honoring each school's unique culture. This collective strength ensures continuity and stability for our community. As you may already know, my position and all community superintendent positions across the Department of War Education Activity are being eliminated as part of a broader restructuring effort. While that plan is still being developed and will be communicated once finalized, the strong, unified leadership you see here positions our Fort Knox Community Schools to continue to move forward with clarity, consistency, and confidence. April is the month of the military child, and we are proud to honor their resilience, adaptability, and strength of our military-connected students. Across the community, schools participated in Purple Up activities to recognize the unique experiences and sacrifice of military families. We are also proud to welcome the First Lady Bashir yesterday, whose visit underscored the importance of connection, celebration, and support for military children. These moments reflect our commitment to ensuring students feel valued, supported, and celebrated in every school. Family engagement remains a priority across the Fort Knox community, and this slide highlights meaningful spring activities and accomplishments at each school, such as spelling bee participation, esteemed scholastic art awards for 2 of our middle school students receiving the gold and silver keys, 5th grade transition visits to Scott Middle School for both of our elementary school students, AP gold status at Fort Knox High School for the 2nd year in a row, and we are close to being AP Platinum next year. From academic showcases and student celebrations to community events and family-focused activities, our schools continue to create opportunities for families to connect with learning and school life. These partnerships strengthen communication, reinforce shared responsibility, and contribute to a positive, supportive school environment for students. Next slide. This slide highlights student achievements that reflect the wide range of post-secondary pathways our Fort Knox High School students are pursuing. We proudly recognize a Service Academy appointment, athletic scholarship signings, and team accomplishments that demonstrate academic excellence, leadership, and perseverance. These successes represent the collective support of families, educators, coaches, and mentors, and highlight our commitment to preparing students for college, career, and service. Finally, I want to remind families of the importance of consistent attendance, especially for elementary students and at the end of the year as a whole. While it's important to keep children home when they're ill, minimizing avoidable absences helps students remain connected to learning and supports academic and social success. Together, let's continue to engage, lead, and thrive. Thank you.
Next, with a brief on the Qualified Recycle Program, is Jamie Daly, Qualified Recycle Program Branch Chief.
Good morning, everybody. I want to talk briefly about recycling to you. I want to let you know we're located at 309 Fraser Road. We accept all of our recyclable materials at our main facility. We do have satellite locations located at the shopettes and some of the housing areas where you can drop off certain items too. But the majority of your recycling can be brought out to the main recycling center. I want to touch on that our scales are open. We do your PPM weights, which makes it very convenient. It's $10 per weight, cash only, to come out to our facility and get it. We're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 3:30 for that. But I do want to mention we do close right at 3:30, so you need to arrive in time to get your business done prior to our close time for the day. Next slide. I have a complete listing of all the items that we take. I'm going to touch on a few of those, but I do want to mention we have a brand new updated recycling regulation, the 200-2, that's available that tells you what all we take and how you can process that, bring it to us, package it, all the details are there. But I want to touch on plastics. We only take number 1 and number 2 plastics. They do have to be brought out to us for us to take those, and we don't want you to bring them in a plastic bag because we do not take plastic bags. So make sure you're bringing the right plastics because those are hand sorted with a partnership that we have, and we don't want to jeopardize that. And then I do want to mention that we do paper shred for free, and we have a couple of items that we do giveaways. We have a lot of units right now that have been requesting pallets for shipping things. We're happy to accommodate when we can. And we do have some pallets that are not recyclable that you can pick up for DIY projects. And we have an ink toner give back program. So for units and organizations here on post, if you need ink toners, you can check with us to see, because we do reserve those new ones and give them back at no cost so that they can be utilized and kept out of the landfill. And I am going to fuss for a second. Recycling gets contaminated a lot, so we want to ask that you please respect our bins, but only put the items that's labeled into the bin. If it's on the picture, we have found it, most likely in our cardboard, and we need to do a little bit better. So please make sure you're only putting recyclable items in the bins they're labeled for. Thank you.
Next, to share information on the AER campaign is Major Zori Drew, our AER OIC.
All right. Good morning. I would like to announce the annual AER campaign is well underway. It began on March 1st and will run through June 14th. This is AER's 84th year of helping the Army take care of its own by providing no-interest loans, grants, and scholarships to soldiers and families. Next slide, please. Because of the generous donations we received last year, AER was able to assist 183 soldiers and families with over $300,000 in assistance. Additionally, 80 spouses and children in the Fort Knox area received over $200,000 in scholarships. Next slide, please. This year's goal for the campaign is $70,000. As of 14 April, we received over $6,000 in donations. The goal for participation is that we want 20% of all active duty soldiers to donate. So we ask that leaders at all levels, please donate and encourage your soldiers to donate to help us help soldiers who are experiencing financial hardships. Thank you.
Now with information on RSO counseling services is Chaplain Major John Sylvie.
Good morning, sir, Sergeant Major, Knox team community members. For many who woke up across the installation, they did not feel like today was a good morning. And maybe you've been battling anxiety, depression, survived adverse child experiences or past trauma for months, years, or even decades. Maybe you feel stuck in grief. I want to raise awareness for an installation resource that is no cost, also known as free, 100% confidential, faith-informed and evidence-based. The Chaplain Family Life Center is open for business Monday through Friday from 9 to 1700, and appointments are on the hour. Who is eligible? All branches of service to include soldiers, all components, active, National Guard, and reservists, our DA civilians, retirees, and all the family members of the before-mentioned groups. I work with my clients to establish and achieve their personal goals to move forward toward holistic health and fitness. If you or anyone you know may benefit from something like this, a battle buddy, a family member, a coworker, a neighbor, please let them know they can call or text me, 740-252-1656. They can email me at my Army email, or they can leave a voicemail at 502-624-5225. I also have brochures available. I will leave those on the front table there, and you can stop by and take those, have those as a resource for those, again, that you encounter that may need that. You can also scan the QR code. There's a QR code as well on the back of the brochure. And for those who are out there this morning and struggling, I want to encourage you, don't suffer in silence. Thank you.
Next, to give Knox Hills updates is Rebecca Nigbar-Siebold, Knox Hills Director of Operations.
Good morning. So just a reminder that we offer bulk trash pickup to our residents, 2 items per scheduled pickup twice a month, and you can schedule those through your community office. If you have more than the permitted items or do not want to wait for pickup, you can utilize the Pearl Hollow landfill. Next slide. So mow season has begun. We will adhere to the published schedule. If delays occur, we will communicate any changes to our residents promptly. Each mowing day typically includes 3 crews working in sequence: mowing, trimming, and blowing. So after the mowing crew makes their pass, a second crew will come in and handle the trimming, and then a final crew will complete the process by blowing. So because of the staggered approach, the work can appear to be incomplete at times. However, this is part of the standard process. If you do have any questions or feedback, please do not hesitate to reach out to your community office. So we're currently offering a variety of leasing specials and welcome all qualified applicants. If you know someone who is looking for a home, we would be happy to assist them. And as a reminder, our Refer a Friend special is still in place. So if you refer someone, they submit the referral form during the application process and move in, you will receive $750. And there's no limit to how many referrals you can make. So you can pick up the forms, the referral forms from your community office or our leasing office. And finally, the Army Housing Tenant Satisfaction Survey is currently underway and been extended through May 15th. So it leaves roughly three weeks to still share your valuable feedback. So currently, we're at a 32.8% participation. Just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has completed the survey so far. If you need assistance with the survey link, please do not hesitate to reach out to your community office and they can assist you with a QR code. But important date to remember and to be entered into the grand prize drawing of $750 is, Friday, May 15th to complete the survey. So take some time to do that. Thank you so much.
Last but not least, to share MWR updates is Nick Knight, MWR Marketing Director.
Good morning. Despite the temperature in this room, I assure you that summer is upon us. First up, for parents asking that annual question of what are we going to do with the kids this summer, CYS has you covered. Our Dever summer camps are built for middle school and high school youth, and they'll run all summer long in weekly blocks. You'll see all kinds of camps from art camp to cooking camp, camps based around Legos and gaming, outdoor camps, and even a leadership camp that will give your children some real-world skills. These are smaller, focused classes and camps, so space is limited. You should visit Parent Central Services at Hansen Center to register your child. Next slide. For younger children, the School Age Center is running all-day summer camps, so this is your coverage solution for the summer. These run Monday through Friday. Each week has a different theme, like dinosaurs, undersea creatures, outer space, so the kids can stay engaged without getting bored. This is a week-by-week registration, so you can build your summer schedule around these camps. You can visit Parent Central Services at Hansen Center to register. Next slide. After all that, if your children still have energy to burn, youth sports and instructional programs have a great lineup of sports and classes to offer throughout the summer. We're talking volleyball, soccer, flag football, plus cheer camps and mini sports for the younger kids. And then on the instructional side, we have classes for ballet, jazz, country line dancing, even K-pop. This is a great mix of fitness, creativity, and activity that will keep your kids busy all summer. Once again, go to Parent Central Services at Hansen Center to find out more about that. Next slide. All right, moving and shifting gears to big events. Freedom Fest is July 4th at Brooks Field, and this is a big one. We have live music, inflatables, food vendors, and of course, a big fireworks display. This year is a little bit extra special because the United States is turning 250 years old. So we're going to make sure to make this bigger and better than it's ever been before. If you only circle one event on your calendars this summer, make sure it is this one. Next slide. All right, for everyone that's trying to stay active or justify your calorie intake, we have the Fort Knox Race Series. It kicked off this last weekend with the Kids Color Run, which was a big success, and it includes this year's 3-race Medal Chase Series, starting with the Nacho Average 5K on June 5th, the Stars and Strides Almost 5K on July 11th, and the Beat the Heat 5K on August 1st. If you finish all 3 of these races, you can receive 3 medals that come together to build a special commemorative USA 250 keepsake. Next slide. For our golfers, we have packed the calendar at Lindsay Golf Course this summer. Major events like the Fort Knox Open and the Club Championship will give our annual pass holders something to look forward to. Plus, we have lots of fun scrambles sprinkled in the weekends for everyone. We also have 2 Garrison Golf Scrambles, one in June and one in October. My director, Mr. Randy Moore, challenges all self-respecting units, organizations, and offices to put together a foursome to compete for ultimate bragging rights at these 2 great events. Next slide. If you haven't heard, Saber and Quill is the place to be on Friday nights. We're bringing brand new comedians every Friday night here at Saber and Quill through June 26th. These are national touring comedians, so it isn't amateur hour. These are legit entertainers that are right here on post. This week's comedian is Mia Jackson, who has been featured on BET, Comedy Central, and Hulu. We also have high-stakes trivia and big prize karaoke going on during those events, so it's great for a date night or an outing with your friends, or if you just want to get out of the house for something different. Next slide. Moving on to Houston Bowling Center, we just leveled that facility up, literally. We've added Neoverse and Hyper Bowling to the lanes, so this is no longer your standard bowling experience. It's like Top Golf, but for bowlers, right? We have interactive lanes, immersive visuals. It's part game, part arcade, part bowling. If you haven't checked it out, please go by and stop by. It will blow you away. Next slide. Rounding out everything, here are a few quick hits that we have through the summer. I'll just mention a few. The water park opening is May 23rd. That's a big one, the official kickoff of summer. Kids Fishing Derby at Camp Carlson is a big popular event every year. That is on June 6th. Sam Adams is going to have a lineup of events and entertainment for CST all summer long. It's going to be a great place to hang out, especially on June 27th during the Summer Nights block party. And then we wrap up all of our summer fun with a Harry Potter themed dinner right here at Saber Quill on August 28th. All of those events and all the information that I didn't mention is available on our website, knox.armymwr.com. You can also follow us on social media. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you to all of our briefers. Now we're going to open the floor for mission partner announcements. I will call on each general officer command, then open it up to all other commands. When I call your unit, if you have something to share, please stand up and we will bring a microphone to you. Please try to keep your remarks under 1 or 2 minutes. All right, 5th Corps. Nothing heard. USAREC.
Thank you. Larry Thomas, I'm the Deputy Chief of Staff at USAREC Headquarters. I didn't realize how long it had been since we'd done one of these, so probably be remiss if I didn't give you a little bit of update on USAREC transformation. Perpetual transformation, it seems like, started in October 2023 as we became the direct report unit underneath the Department of the Army. But now, since we've had one of these, I think we officially are under transformation and training command, T2COM, as you hear it called. We're one of 3 main subordinate commands underneath T2COM. That causes us to grow too because our mission's grown. So while we had Cadet Command already and Army Enterprise Marketing and what's now called USAR, the recruiting division underneath of us, we're also taking on the initial military training mission. So that causes the headquarters to grow. So oversight of that, our FY27 table of distribution and allowances, the personnel count is up to 617 now, so we expect that to be approved by Department of the Army any day now. So what that does is also generate some more job opportunities here at Fort Knox. We're filling, as you know, there's still the hiring freeze, so we're filling a lot of these with the matching opportunities across multiple commands that have downsized. So some of them we're getting from Ode Futures Command and the Training and Doctrine Command merger that allowed some of those excess positions to get matched against the USAREC positions. Also, as I mentioned, the initial military training, that was also at Fort Eustis. A lot of those positions are coming to us. Many of them won't move right away, especially the ones that are coming to us from Fort Eustis. We're giving them 18 to 24 months to remain at that location, and then potentially within the next year or 2 years, we'll move all those positions to Fort Knox. So while I still expect a lot of those positions of the new 350-ish positions that we added to this FY27 TDA will be available to hire against, even with the matching and the canvas that we've done with the T2COM merger. So just keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. If you're interested in working for USAREC or know somebody that is, there's going to be some opportunities coming soon. So just wanted to give you that update on where we are with transformation, but we're getting there. one of these days we won't be transforming, hopefully, so, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Cadet Command.
Good morning. I'm the Chief of Staff at Cadet Command, Karen Recka. So thanks everybody for coming out and joining us this morning. And I really just want to say thank you for the support to National Raider Challenge. We, again, had about 5,000 cadets and parents from high schools all around the country that were here. So that was a tremendous lift to do in the month of April that hopefully we will do in our regular time slot in October this coming year. And again, thank you for everything you're going to do as we have our 6,000 senior ROTC cadets that start to descend upon us this summer. And if you have any questions when we get to Town Hall, Matt will be standing by to answer them for you. So, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. HRC.
Hey, just a few kind of questions from an HRC perspective and just a few notes. First is simply HRC as a partner, but I'd like to kind of highlight all the support across the installation and command against the various SAPM and SHARP events that we had. I know HRC had a couple, the installation, other commands had several. But from the 5K run, and a few other events and stuff, I really appreciate that. That aligns with the kind of traditional HRC motorcycle ride. We'll have to do a weather check here today. We'll make that call and get that out across if we don't execute it tomorrow, which is part of the motorcycle mentorship program, but it is also a ride out to Silverleaf and to recognize that institution here in Hardin County as well. If we don't do it tomorrow, we will extend to a better time where we can execute that. Second point is next Thursday on 8 July, HRC and the installation chapel office will be executing a prayer breakfast. I think we're doing it here in Sabre and Quill. HRC has got an author and guest speaker coming in, but we're partnering with the installation to try to reduce the funds for breakfast. That's aligned with the National Prayer Breakfast. It's not on the exact date. I think in D.C. it's on the 17th of May, but we're as aligned as we closely can get. But I encourage units to promote that inside of your organizations. And if you don't have the flyer with the QR code so you can sign up, we will get that to you. Third thing, Cadet Command, we need to deconflict Family Day in the HRC Change Command on 8 July. So we're going to need an inclement weather site initially, and then as we get closer, we can make a weather call accordingly. But 8 July, General Rampey will change out, and so we'll need to deconflict Weber Theater accordingly with that. For Ireland, sir, the Q Anywhere on your slide, if he's still around, excuse me, it highlighted all new medications or prescriptions and renewals. That's for all medications or just common use ones like blood pressure, cholesterol, things of that nature? There should be all. Okay, all right, because I just be honest with you, sir, we're struggling on the civilian professional side of getting there by 16:30. I mean, some people have the work schedule that allows them there, but when you change the hours, it really forced many of our civilian professionals to take an extended lunch, adjust their work schedule, things of that nature. So hopefully the QR code and that moves us in that. And I just want to make sure, as long as we've got our foot in the door by 16:30, you're good, right? Okay. Oh, thank you, sir. And then the last one really kind of ties to Colonel Thomas's note in Army transformation. While there was a grand goal to transform the Army really kind of by 1 October of this year and start the FY27, that's not the reality. Army senior leader changes have adjusted things downstream, whether that's to support our ASCCs and our ACOMs. From an HRC perspective, we're aligned with changes and adjustments, whether that's things of what third ACR is going to be or not going to be in the future in their configuration and manning. Items with respect to Army aviation and VTIP and the movement of that. So we're continuing to work that at the Army level. I say all of that to say this. HRC is endeavoring to make sure that we push that out on our MILPER messages. Tag sends, which goes to all of your G1s and S1s out there in the Army. So if you kind of want to understand what is happening, or at least from an HRC perspective of where we are in Army transformation and stuff, your G1 and S1 gets a lot of that. And I would just encourage you to roll that into your command and staffs or information forms where necessary. Thank you.
1st Army Division East.
So Colonel Haight, Chief of Staff, Division East. The big thing as far as an announcement is concerned is the General Simmering's departure that we did back in October. That will be the official farewell to Fort Knox. We will not do an inactivation ceremony here. 1st Army General Landis decided that Division East and West will inactivate at Rock Island. So that's one piece of coordination we don't have to do here. So great news as far as conflicting with any other activities on post. So that's our big announcement. We are moving out and for inactivation ceremony in July and finalizing out in October. So that's the one big thing we had for this group. Thanks.
1st TSC.
Good morning, Dave Dusteroff, Deputy Chief of Staff, 1st Theater Sustainment Command. Epic Fury. Hopefully all of you have heard about this tough fight that your 1st TSC teammates are in, many of them forward deployed. Like I said, it's a tough conflict. We're on day 59 of that thing, so just keep those folks in your thoughts and prayers. And tied to that, I really want to thank the garrison staff for everything they've done through this thing, everything from hosting the 55th Sustainment Brigade here on Fort Knox to the multiple SRPs, and last but not least, the energy resilience exercise. That was us. They canceled it because of us. We had to make sure that our comms were not interrupted during the multiple battle rhythm events we have throughout the day and the night. So thanks again to the garrison staff. Thanks.
84th Training Command, 100th Training Division, ARAC.
Hey, good afternoon. Colonel Williams, DCO of the ARAC. If the group isn't tracking, the room isn't tracking, Army Reserve Aviation has been significantly impacted by Army Transformation Initiative. We are currently in the process of inactivating all of our rotor wing units, which is the bulk of what exists on Godman Army Airfield. We'll still retain the C-12 company, but effective on 16 September of this year, 2026, all of our rotor wing elements here on Fort Knox will be inactivated. That's brigade headquarters, it's a battalion, and a medevac company and an ATC company. You'll still see a bunch of helicopters on the ramp. The divestment of those aircraft will take probably 2 to 3 years. You might even see some Apaches on the ramp. We are going to be storing Apaches for the Army probably into 2028, 2029. TBD on that whole timeline, but they'll still, excuse me, there'll still be a visible presence, but the future of Army Reserve Aviation on Fort Knox is going to dwindle. The new hangar project is currently on hold, probably not going to happen, and some other changes to Godman Airfield that was tied to Army Reserve Aviation will probably not occur. So unfortunate, it's a lot of civilians and TPU reservists who are impacted, but nevertheless, we'll see if we can emerge from this with something newer and better and continue to serve the Army at large with our assets and capabilities.
All right, at this time, if any other unit has an announcement, please stand and we will bring a microphone to you. All right. Thank you. Soon we will open the floor to those wishing to make community announcements. But before we do that, I will read some quick ground rules. It is important to note that this remains an official government event. Non-federal entities like groups, clubs, or private organizations are encouraged to make announcements, keeping in mind that the topics must be relevant to supporting the Fort Knox community. For local business announcements, we have to be restrictive in this forum. Any businesses interested in briefing are limited to highlighting free or greatly reduced offerings for service members and their families. Bringing general awareness or publicizing, pitching, or advertising a for-profit organization is not allowed. Announcements must be brief, no more than 1 to 2 minutes, to allow others to have time to make announcements during the time we have today. So those planning on making a community announcement, if you could make your way to the briefers' podium now.
Good morning. For those who do not know me, I'm Mick Chiara. I'm the Chief of Protocol for Cadet Command and Fort Knox. I'm also going to speak on behalf of Barr Memorial Library. I'm going to reiterate what Garrison Commander said earlier about joining us on the 25th of May at 11:30 for a Memorial Day observance at the Kentucky Veterans Cemetery Central in Radcliffe. Barr Memorial Library's summer reading program kicks off on Saturday, May 30th from 10 to 12. This free program runs through July 25th. There are incentive prizes for all patrons who complete the reading challenge. This is open to all ages, with additional weekly prizes for each age category. Also happening at your Barr Memorial Library, there are some really cool upcoming events, such as members of the Louisville Orchestra and some folks from the Kentucky Science Center that will facilitate some programs, to name just a couple. Stop by the library for more information and check them out online at their Facebook page and Instagram at their handle @BarLibrary. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. I'm Amy Grimm from the Warrior Warehouse. We are not a nonprofit. What are we? We are a program that basically has services and programs for soldiers and their families. If you're not aware of what we do, it's basically like a Goodwill for soldiers and their families. Through transition, you can come and get things like after you've sent your household goods away, you can come grab some items to kind of make things easier through transition. Plus, all month long, we're there to help out with uniforms, CIF items that you may need, ball gowns, things like that. Towards the end of the month, we always do like a purging, we call it a free yard sale. Our active duty E6 and below shop for absolutely free. The E7 and above come in and they give a pack of diapers to help out, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what we do. We have a free market and a free food pantry for those the E6 and below members of Fort Knox as well. All of we're coming into PCS season, and it's super important that our donations that we're receiving are like new or in working order. We can't take anything with pet stains, hair that is ripped, stained, torn, missing items. It's basically dumping garbage. We're not really there for you guys to dump anything that's not serviceable. And I have to say this out loud because it's been a huge issue already, and PCS season just started. So if we can get ahead of this, we absolutely have needs that need to be met, but nobody is that needy that they want your half-eaten couch or the one that like you drop kicked across America and it's not really serviceable. Go ahead. Thank you, Housing, for giving the clarification. I know that things have changed throughout the last year or two. So it is 2 items per scheduled pickup, twice a month. Okay, me and you, girl, we got this. All right, so in the donations, you're eligible to donate 24/7 through our donation areas right behind Building 1750, right near Bay A. You drive underneath the carport. There's 2 red bins for your small items. If you want your Rubbermaid back that your items came in, please grab a Rubbermaid off of the wall and put your items in there and then place them in the bin. If by chance the winds pick those things up and scoot them across the parking lot, like, everything gets super wet. So go ahead and push the bins back in towards the building. Just make it, a blessing. You don't want to go all that way, dump your stuff, and have it get wet and have to throw it away. Back to, as PCS season comes, we've gotten a lot of requests for pet crates for, moving animals overseas. So if anybody has any extra of those, we're also really low on beds. That seems weird, but believe it or not, like mattresses seem to be one of our biggest things that we're passing these days. Just make sure that there's no stains on them and that maybe they're not from the 1900s, because that is a thing. The other thing is follow us on our Facebook group. It's Fort Knox Warrior Warehouse. We put in like our needs of the community, things that possibly we're not eligible to take at the moment. Or like right now, we've got a reserve unit on post. We put out a request for bikes. They don't have transportation. So there's like 90 of them, I think, and they're all sharing 4 bikes. So if we can get some bikes donated, that would be amazing. And helmets, all the safety equipment. Let's see. We have 11 volunteers leaving this summer. So that is a huge hit to our volunteer crowd. If anybody has any extra time, maybe units. We've pivoted this year to really try to get more active duty or their spouses in to help out, because that's our mission is for them, right? So why not have them come in and kind of earn it? With 2 hours of volunteer time, they're eligible to shop before we open at the end of the month, and that kind of helps us with our quantity issues too. So it's a help us help you moment, and those that come in more than twice a week for more than 2 hours, Friday we open up like our high dollar cages, so all the cool stuff you guys donate, like the big TVs and anything that's of value that's not a need item, we're passing on Friday to those volunteers that come in and earn it. So your awesome items are going to people who actually come in and earn it. All right. Also, the last Saturday of the month, we opened up educators, teachers, foster, kinship, and any community needs can come in and shop for absolutely free. Those teachers, it's not because we think that, obviously they don't get paid enough, but they also know the kids in their classrooms that, have duct tape on their shoes or possibly could use some summer clothes before they head off to summer. We encourage them to write on a note card what their name, size, shoes, favorite color, things like that, and then they are eligible. If they don't have time to shop for those items themselves, they can send us a picture of that card or bring it in, and we can shop those items for the kids and get them back to you before school's out. All right? Is anybody got any questions? Thank you. I look forward to your awesome donations, and no dumping. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Command Sergeant Major Alex Hassett, the Garrison CSM. Just a couple quick notes with our BOSS program. We do have our second Best Barracks competition happening May 15th. So any commands that have soldiers in buildings 2860 or 2828, we will have a very friendly and spirited competition. The 2 winners will receive a BOSS swag bags, there's some gift cards, and some other great prizes. So encourage your soldiers to participate in that event, and you can follow BOSS Facebook and our website on FMWR for that competition. And I think First TSC is the reigning champions for both categories, male and female. So, and I think they want to retain the prize, is what I was told. So come on out and participate, and it's a great event for soldiers. Want to acknowledge our new PT signs on 1st Infantry Road along the RRC. We are trying to increase our safety when it comes to physical fitness. So we do have new PT signs out there. So please, motorists on that road, please acknowledge those signs when we do have morning formations and PT. And again, I encourage all individuals doing physical fitness to wear reflective gear, flashlights, things of that sort. We have had some close calls recently, so we just want to continue to promote safety across the community. And then acknowledge the dumping, as we come to PCS season. If they have any questions about it, please reach out to the Garrison, our housing team. We definitely don't want to find random couches and cadets find it on the land nav lane, so that'd be great. And it costs the Garrison money. Lastly, I do want to acknowledge our First TSC Staff Sergeant Jessica de la Paz was awarded Veteran Service Member of the Year from the Governor's Office for a service award. So she is currently at a school, but a round of applause for her. And it's part of a team with her husband. So they're an incredible family. So we are so lucky to have them in the community. And I want to recognize our Red Cross/Warrior Warehouse volunteers who were honored by the Governor's Office, and America Serves as the best organization for the state of Kentucky when it comes to the nonprofit space. So we have an incredible spirit of community and volunteerism here, and the Governor's Office recognized that. So I want a round of applause for those volunteers as well. And then lastly, on BOSS, we have a plethora of summer activities. They are open to Western Hemisphere soldiers to take part in our BOSS events and any GEO bachelors. We do a bunch of great tours this summer, and it's all done safely. We drive them, and it's a great cause, and it helps with any other hazardous things this summer. So encourage all CST personnel and requests supporting forces to take part in our BOSS programs. Thank you very much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Just real quick, once you get recruiting in your blood, it's hard to get it out. So I wanted to put a quick recruiting pitch in. My name's Brian Sankey, by the way. Been a member of the Fort Knox community for 17 years, but a lot of time in USEREC. But lately, the American Legion and the VFW, they're great organizations. And so I'm just putting in a recruiting pitch for the people in this room and the soldiers and retirees. They grow their own. They advocate for soldiers. They advocate for the military. They've got great programs, whether it's the service officers or anybody else. So they've got, just encourage your folks to go down, walk through the door, and extend a hand of fellowship, because they're there for you, your soldiers, their families, and the things that they need. So Vine Grove, the largest VFW, 10281 is the largest VFW in the state. 11404 in Brandenburg, if you live out in Meade County. It's a smaller VFW, but they are very, very friendly, and so go out there if you're in Meade County. And then in E-Town on Ring Road, if you go down the Dixie, you make a right past Sam's Club. Everybody goes to Sam's Club, or a lot of people do. On the left, just up the hill, is the American Legion. They've got coffee in the morning. They've got activities all day. And if you're looking for a lunch, VFW here in Vine Grove goes straight out through the main gate there, and it's on the right, a couple miles down. They have great hamburgers. They're not very expensive, so if you have soldiers that are just looking to get a good meal, whether it's lunch or dinner, send them out there, because it comes hot, it comes fast, and it comes cheap. So thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Mike, and I represent the Infantry Association here at Fort Knox. The National Infantry Association is a nonprofit organization. We have a robust membership. We have an active awards program, and you do not need to be an infantryman to be a member of the Infantry Association. If you are infantry adjacent, as I like to call it, which you've had a mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, grandfather who was in the infantry, and you want to recognize them for their service, we do have an awards program called the Order of St. Maurice, which you can apply for, and we fill out the paperwork and submit it, and you can present it to them. We've even had some folks who have been deceased. Their relatives have applied for that award for their grandfathers, and they've been approved. It's just not hard. Also, if you're a member of the Association of the United States Army, AUSA, you can get a free one-year membership in the Infantry Association. And to make it even better, you can join the AUSA free for the basic membership. So if you have any questions on that, you can talk to me later after the event. Thank you.
Now we're going to transition to the town hall. Colonel Holstead, would you like to kick off this portion?
I sure will. So before I do that, though, just two things to reinforce. You heard our mission partners talk a lot about transformation. The Army Transformation Initiative does have a huge effect on Fort Knox. One thing that was not mentioned is, and probably the biggest impact of what we call ATI, is the 19th Engineer Battalion. While it's only a battalion-size element, the amount of support they provide this installation far surpasses anybody else. So starting this summer, you'll start to see equipment and personnel depart Fort Knox, either to Fort Polk or to other organizations on post or in the Army. So that's first. On a better note, though, I've been to 12 Army installations in 26 years. I have never seen an MWR put that much programming together for a post this size. So a shout out to Nick, Randy Moore, and the team. Please come participate. There's so much going on, so much to offer. So MWR is awesome. And tell Randy that I'm trying to get a scratch golfer on my team. I think I only have to take one shot, has to be mine, the rest can be his. So I'm gonna take him down. Okay, so to start out the town hall, I've brought many subject matter experts in the room. I don't expect to answer a lot of questions myself. I will defer to people much smarter than me, but I'll open up the floor now. What questions do you have? Yes, sir. So as you heard, for our Freedom Fest, 250th is 250th themed, first of all. So yes, also MWR, do you have anything else? Go ahead, stand up. Sorry.
Yes, sir. We're putting together Freedom Fest together with the community and looking for sponsor partners to be able to make that bigger and better. Like I mentioned, we're going to have live music, fireworks display, salute to the nation. As well, you're going to see recreation events tied around that our community recreation team is putting together. They're currently developing that. It's a little bit tied different than probably some of the Army USA 250 stuff that you're seeing. That's actually a private organization. The logo that you may have seen on broadcast television or on the internet. So we have to come up with our own solutions to be able to celebrate such a big, significant event, and we're going to do our best to make it a big party for everybody.
And also, Nick, I went to Thunder over Louisville. That is the standard for fireworks, okay? So just so you know. Okay. We also, the race series as well is 250th theme. As you saw, the medals are 250th as well, and so we'll do that as well. Anything else? Okay. Good to go, sir? Mike, you good to go? Good to go? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Next question. You're gonna let me off easy. All right. Okay. If there are no questions, I'll turn it back over to Sarah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We do have some pre-submitted questions that we will go over now. All righty, we'll start with, when will the Bridges to the Past Trail reopen?
Thank you. Chris Carlson, Garrison Public Works. Sorry for the inconvenience of these post-trail. We had to close due to the rail bridge crossing have been completely vandalized. I actually don't have a completion date as of now, but as soon as we get more project completion and when the materials will be available, we'll get word out to the community. Thank you.
All right, the next question is probably also for you. So how is the new CDC coming along?
Great. I don't often get to say this, but we finally have a project that is under budget and going to be on time. So that may change when it comes to completion, but I get to say that for once. So the facility completion would be in FY27 with first enrollment of MWR looking at first quarter 28. So great news.
Awesome. And one last question for you. Why were all of the water towers taken down?
Well, there were 6 towers that we had. They were all not in service. Once the 2 big towers in Estrada and Fraser went up, that took care of the complete garrison, the whole post. We had to do this to get better water flow and better fire protection water flow across the garrison. So this increased our water capacity and garrison safety. Thank you.
All right, the next question is who runs the community garden and how can I get involved?
So the community garden is run by Knox Hills. However, our residents volunteer to manage it during growing season. Steffi Sparing runs it currently. She's the coordinator, although she's only here through, I think, May 20th, so she's currently looking for a replacement. You can follow along for the gardening page on Facebook at Gardening at Fort Knox, or you can reach out to her specifically if you're interested in volunteer efforts or interested in the coordinator position at garden@knoxhills.com. They did just recently had a cleanup day on Sunday, so hopefully that went well. Thank you.
All right, next question. A few weeks ago, the Secretary of War stated that off-duty service members would be able to carry weapons on post, but I haven't seen anything about that at the local level. Where are we with getting this implemented here at Fort Knox?
So we are aware of the April 2nd memorandum from the Secretary of War on this topic. Implementation guidance at the Army level is currently being developed, and it will synchronize across all installations in the Army. We have not received that yet. Until then, Fort Knox Regulation 190-13 will remain in effect. That document is CUI. And so any inquiries from soldiers need to go through their chain of command. If the chain of command would like to request that document, please contact Mr. Ken Boglin, and he can provide a copy. Thank you.
Okay, next question. Why are events like the CIE and retirement ceremony no longer being live streamed?
One word is funding. The Department of War cut us back. Probably 2 years ago, I lost the 2 positions in DPTMS. They were reverted over to our great PAO office. Kyle Hodges is a COR for that contract, so we've had to cut way back on what we do. And that contract is basically you have a requirement, go to them, fill out a contract request, and they'll execute based on the funding they have, and you pay for it. And it is more expensive. I'll pass that out to everyone. It's not what it was, but that's the change, and that's the reason why.
All right. The next question, I heard that Army installations are moving towards campus-style dining as opposed to the traditional dining facilities, and that civilians will be allowed to eat there. Is that true? And if so, what will that look like, and when is it happening at Fort Knox?
Yes, that is true. The campus-style dining facility venue is happening, but it won't be until probably the third quarter, fourth quarter of FY27. And basically what that is the dining facility. Right now, Contigny Dining Facility was selected to become the CSDV dining facility for the installation with a Dinex back up at Building 502 over in the Sergeant Major Sumner Complex. And what this does is it's mainly designed around the soldier. It becomes part of MWR. And for all your meal card holder soldiers, It gives them a chance to go to the dining facility. They use their CAC and meal entitlements. They can go in there. There's no set hours, so if for some reason they're on a detail and they don't get off that detail till 10 o'clock, they can go eat breakfast at the CSDV at 10 o'clock. Or if they miss breakfast, that entitlement's still there, they can eat it at lunch, then continue on with that meal from there. And it is, because it is a non-appropriated fund dining facility now, it is open to retirees, civilians, contractors, and anybody who wants to go in it. And it's an a la carte type dining facility where you have a main line with different foods. You'll have different healthy choice meals, just anything green, go for green for the soldier for healthy eating. And the Dinex at 502 is just an extension. There also is, later on, there'll be the capability of delivery as well. And you can order online and have it sitting there waiting at the CSDV for you when you get there.
All right. Well, that was all the questions that we had pre-submitted, and so that looks like all for today. Colonel Holstead or Sergeant Major, anything?
Just a couple things. In MWR, correct me if I'm wrong, we have the dog kennel opening up I'm still tracking September of this year, unless there's been, and it's coming along quite well. So I think that's going to be a great add to the community. So definitely MWR will continue to push information regarding the dog kennel here on post with great amenities and great resources for dog lovers and to go on vacation, things like that. The other thing, Patton Museum has adjusted their hours recently. I know the director's not here, but please check their websites and social media platforms. Essentially, they're alternating Saturdays, but I do know we will continue family days and graduations for CST for those families to enjoy the Patton Museum. But please, if you are interested in that, their hours have adjusted due to efficiencies. Thank you.
All right, lots of good information today. Our next CIE is going to be in July 28th. So I hope we see you guys there. And that's all we have today. Thank you so much. Yep.